For zombie stories, I got to be a zombie, so I was waiting for students to ask me the right question, and that taught me what is an important question. For instance, the ones that made me think. And whenever someone kind of asked me something silly, it was very fun to kind of just throw them down. But in retrospect, I learned what it takes to make a good question and what it takes to really be on your toes.
You know, just recalling my experience from zombie stories last year, I think it's a really good way for students to learn from each other. For example, if somebody asks a question that might not have been good, like you watch them get squirted with blood, so you know that that's a bad question. But if you're watching somebody else next to you who asks a good question and they don't get squirted with blood, it kind of makes you reevaluate the way that you think. So it's like a representation of journalists learning from other journalists, like how to do things and how not to do things.
I think other SPJ chapters would benefit from doing an exercise like zombie stories, because I think a lot of journalism school students don't necessarily have good interviewing skills, and maybe some students haven't had a chance to be, thrown into an internship and thrown into the opportunity to get to actually interview live or living sources. So by interviewing, the undead sources, they're getting to practice their interviewing skills in an environment that's okay to make mistakes, because at least it's not real.